So last time on Curse of Coeurasa, I believe there was some check that Hawk was doing.
I was asking to speak to the whatever is here, and warned it that it has a traitor, I believe.
Yes.
And Yuma was formulating a response.
The ceiling rises up in a dome over the course of, say, 10 seconds above you. Like it's re-segmenting so that it creates this dome shape. And at the top, a light glows softly at first. And there's flecks of white moving up the wall like lights into it. And then it casts a red glow down over the whole room. And that very central point where the red glow exists begins breaking down into smaller segments, and a channel, a tube, is formed leading upward.
Pneumatic tubes? We're just going...
We're not ferrets.
Not right now, you're not.
What? You all come out as ferrets.
Oh,
Theron is now a ferret.
Are you preemptively rolling for ferret?
form change.
Well, I guess Arden will say that I believe we have an audience, so I am going to go and attempt to speak with it if you would like to join me.
Nah, you got this. Go ahead. We'll just wait back here.
Okay, cool. Oh, thank God. Okay, well...
Are you sure, Theron?
Yeah, you got this.
Are you sure Arden should be the one talking?
In fact,
to
I'm going to go
people?
get some paninis.
He's gonna grab Theron by the scruff. Fuck! And Sauce.
Whoop.
Where's Sauce?
You catch them falling back on their ass.
Oh, okay, good.
They're still experimenting with the weird wall.
God, Sauce.
Arden will go stand beneath the definitely not pneumatic tube.
I'm joining. I'm dragging everybody. Yes, I'm dragging everybody.
How wide is it?
It's about 10 feet wide.
Oh, so okay. I thought it was one at a time.
We should all hold hands and jump up.
We finally get to do the ritual?
As you stare up into it, you see your party members gathering around you, Arden.
Oh, do we really have to hold hands?
Don't forcibly up more,
Sam's smiles just get bigger and bigger. Like,
And then
I hold Sam's hand.
Arden and Theron, as you're standing under the tube, the mural glows in each of its pictures from below to the middle to the top, the phoenix rising, and then you are suctioned up the tube.
Called it.
Quickly.
Just us?
Your whole group.
Oh, okay. I was like...
Let me say this. You as in the group, but
Oh.
you two in particular see the glowing.
Ah.
Okay, so we're going like...
And we're funneled like bullets into the next room.
Just
So
finish it.
you'll rise up, the floor closes underneath you, and then you come quickly to the ground.
we
And
double checking again?
Yeah.
This time from a 50-foot drop.
Beat Theron.
Like 20. The ceiling in here is pretty darn tall.
It's actually 20. Okay. Thank goodness. What's tumble?
7.
Dexterity. Oh,
29.
29.
Sam got a 9.
15.
Ah!
There goes Sauce.
Oh, that's 15. All right. Theron, you have a... What'd you get?
15.
Okay, cool. You'll land safely. Theron, you have an option. You see that as you're quick, you're going to be able to land safely. Soundly, you're going to even be able to look cool if you want to. You do see, however, that Sam and Arden are not so lucky. If you wanted to save one of them from face planting, you do have the option.
Oh, it's a one or the other?
Yeah.
That's a,
Oh, or neither.
Or neither.
that's a jerk move.
Neither.
I can't get them both. Can I roll to try to get them both?
You could at the risk of
was
getting neither.
It was 29.
Yeah, that's why you're getting the option.
You know what? I've seen this movie. It was called Batman Forever.
No.
Just for that, you have to watch it.
Okay.
Half our listeners won't even know.
He likes the nipple armor.
God.
It's a funny movie.
Fucking bad card. What do I have to roll to catch both of them? Or prevent?
That's going to be a tumble check.
What?
23.
Which one do you want to save?
Aw, you jerk.
If you rolled lower than a 20, you would have missed both.
Oh, actually, no. Sorry. I do have something in effect. I'm fine. I have a ring of feather fall.
But Theron doesn't know that.
I'm falling slowly.
Wait, who'd you pick?
I'll see if I spot that. Do not spot that.
Okay.
Well, then I'm just going to take a chance at whoever's closest, so I'm just going to roll for that.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Actually, that would probably be Sam.
I am not assuming that that's...
These were arranged in a random
So
order.
odd was for Arden, so Arden was
You're gonna,
closer by just whatever.
You're gonna go for Arden. You're like, okay, quick decision, Arden.
Yep.
You are going to hang off of me while I fall slowly.
which ruins you looking cool.
Yeah. So what? How do I? If I'm trying to stop somebody from falling poorly, I'm like I try to grab them to
like hold them.
I could-
so you could then do
So
a
I'm
maneuver.
just holding on to Arden while he's falling slowly, and Sam slams to the floor.
Sam, on your way to the floor, Zaz swoops underneath you, and like a skateboard, they roll away with you. They might get a little strain on their back, but they did not do quite as well as Theron. So they're going to be able to rescue from the landing, but not so gracefully.
Theron looks at everything playing out beneath her and floating down slowly, just with a frown.
But is he okay?
Yes.
Is he actually okay?
Rug burn hurts, but they'll be okay.
There's rug in here?
I'm going to look up at Theron clinging to Arden and be like, well, of all the weird things I've seen today, this takes the cake for sure.
What, were you scared of the fall? You can probably let go.
Theron meets Arden's eyes for a second, narrows them, and just lets go.
Now it's tumble check.
You're fine.
The glare of 1,000 daggers. Well, Sam says, thank you, Zaz. Are you okay?
Get off of me.
Hard to breathe.
Sam rolls off.
I did it.
You did it. Thank you.
Where are we?
Well, perhaps we could get a narration of the room now.
Yeah, Theron, what the fuck's this room?
This room has a similar wall effect from the one you came in. There is a singular red orb set into the ceiling with lights that extend from one wall all the way to the other, and they stay linked as they all drift upward towards that sphere.
What sort of knowledge check would that be to identify this? Because I've got it.
Choose your angle.
I don't know, does this appear mechanical, organic?
Maybe.
That is not an answer.
I just chucked
I
my
am
spear
offering
at
you you get to choose your mode of understanding.
Well, okay, Spire stuff in general, does that follow? No. Let me finish. Spire stuff in general, would that fall under like Arcana, Architecture, History, Geography, Engineering? It's kind of a vague area.
It's because there's a lot of different ways to look at it.
Yeah, there is.
Choose a way that's comfortable for you, I guess.
Well, okay. I know that spires aren't inherently magical, so I will go for architecture and engineering because I know they're devices of some sort.
Okay.
Shot in the dark. Oh,
very in the dark.
21.
That was a 4, folks.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
I have literally nothing but knowledge skills.
So, what you're seeing with the lights appears to be, on closer inspection, a distortion brought about by something in the air that is emitting the light and channeling it to very specific points as it drifts up. You see a strange refraction dipping down, barely touched by the other lights, like it's a cycle. Like what comes down to the earth comes back up, and you also notice that there, very lightly in the walls, is a repeat of the murals you've seen before, all leading up to the red orb.
So this might be the dragon's tier?
Yes,
Is that a yes, it might be, or a yes, it is?
it might be the dragon's tear.
but this one's red and,
Yes.
and not gold.
Correct.
Well, Arden will cautiously approach the orb.
It's very tall in the ceiling. You're going to have to, like, float up, like, 40 feet.
Oh, it's in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
This, once again, is a sort of exhibit.
A sort of exhibit.
Our museum references.
Yeah, I was going to say this is like, hey, we need to speak to the curator, but first you have to go through the art exhibit. But no, it's really important. Yes, but you must look at all the paintings in the art exhibit.
It's very pretty, though.
Would you like to stop at the piano room as well?
Arden will, I guess, if it's up in the ceiling, then stand beneath it and just extend his arms up towards it. And again, say in Ignan, please, can we speak? It's very important.
Why don't you say uppies?
Can I go uppies?
Uppies, Bada! Arden needs uppies. You fucking suck.
Arden, what are you saying?
Oh, yeah, right. Do we want to try and, like... Do you want me to try and, like, say it in Ignan?
In English.
They're not knowing what the hell you guys are talking about. Just walks over to the wall and puts her paw on it to... Sort of akin to, like, since she felt that opening, just seeing what that
Echo
does.
tackle Theron just to make sure she touches the wall. No,
Full contact.
Just full face, like, here, get it all.
Keep rubbing her face till something happens.
Nothing.
Shaking my head over there. Okay, so let's go around the room to make sure we're on the same page for what everyone's doing. You're trying to push Theron into the wall?
No.
No.
What are you doing,
He's
Bada?
getting Arden uppies.
I'm not kidding. I'm asking Arden what he's saying in Ignan.
Okay. Sam.
Sam's just looking around confused at why everyone decided to just all do their own thing.
Zaz is busy next to you, trying to look like they have a plan, and they have no plan. Arden.
Ixen Kling Glocklen.
It's just German.
It's an angry language. I assume the language of fire is probably angry. It sounds angry. It's a non-romantic language.
Just ask for a coffee cup.
Yes, I did that. Yes. I need a coffee.
Oh my god. We're the worst museum guests ever.
We already are. We touched every fucking exhibit, and we have no tour guide.
And you're demanding coffee from some poor employee.
The youngest member of your group keeps throwing themselves at the exhibits violently.
What's Theron doing?
Theron, you are touching the wall, correct?
Yep.
All right. So, would you like to do anything in particular, Sam, or are you just kind of waiting to see what happens?
Waiting to see what happens with Arden's plea. I assume there was a tone.
Yeah.
It sounded pleadingly.
Okay. So, let's do you first, Theron.
Okay.
So, when you touch the wall, you feel a warmth to it, and you can feel your body react. Please make a control shape check.
19.
Splendid. Wings start bulging and burst from your back.
Like, rapidly? Like,
Yes.
Bloom?
Like you didn't ask for this, but it's happening.
oh shit!
What kind of wings?
Wings like a hummingbird, and they twitch erratically.
Circle fairy.
Fairy princess.
And you feel a need to go to the ceiling, like a fly to a bug zapper.
Oh my god, the death of Theron is going to be on a bug zapper.
Like a moth to a flame.
Okay. And if we're right, this is going down right there, right?
Correct. Arden, also known as Mr. Renshaw.
Yes.
I can remember both names sometimes. Arden, you don't get a verbal response back.
Arden drops his arms and frowns.
The air above you, though, does become gradually more distorted. And the lights going up the walls start dancing over your body through that distortion. Not so careful to avoid your eyes, so you may get flashed in the eyeballs once in a while.
Oh, Arden will, I guess, then shield his eyes with his hand.
Bada, since you're so close to Arden, and Sam, since you're observing, they have begun to expand out of their normal body shape upward, and they look a bit like a fractured 20-foot tall Arden.
Oh. it just looks like that, Hada. You're okay. You're still the tallest one.
The space, you feel your feet lifted up a bit, and you start to float on what feels like a solid surface beneath your feet, but is not, there's nothing visibly there.
Oh, harden air. I'm familiar with that spell. At least that's what I'll assume by not panicking.
You drift up towards the glowing red orb.
And this is like easily visible?
Oh, yeah.
You just be like, Arden, you okay with that?
Until I hit the ceiling.
Okay, bye.
I'll miss you, Sam.
Farron, in your department, how are things going?
So after the hummingbird wings grow, she pulls her paw away. They're still there, I assume.
Your wings are still there.
Okay. And then turns around to see an elongated Arden, but also floating up towards it.
Yes.
Towards the red orb in the ceiling. Okay. So she walks closer to about where Bada is and just like casually is like trying to see if she can control the wings.
Please make a control shape check.
20.
Yes, it's difficult, but you can get them to lift you off the ground.
Okay, so she's like, so then like sort of making her way over, sort of flies a little bit in sort of a hop and gets over there.
Okay.
Probably very loud. Yeah, for
Great flutter of wings.
for a 6-foot person.
But then stands next to Bada watching Arden rise. And I guess if look, no one else seems like upset, so sort of like, okay, I guess.
Well, we look concerned.
But it doesn't look like nobody's like trying to jump up and grab his leg to bring it down, you know? So if they are not, then Theron will not be concerned.
What about your impulse to go touch the bright light?
What do you want to do with that feeling as you stare up at the great light?
But somebody else is already doing it. I mean, is it the impulse I have to, or is it just that we have to?
No, the impulse is for you.
Me?
Yeah, like a moth to a flame.
I don't know. I mean, unless I can fight it.
You can. Please make a will save.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, somebody else is getting it. I don't want to like just fly up there and hit Arden out of the air and go fuck off.
Ring of Featherfall.
Treat this like a flag and like double dare. What's a will save?
Yes.
Oh fuck. Oh, not bad. 17.
Okay. You can stay on the ground if you so desire. Your wings flutter, but you can stay down there.
I'm breathing heavy though. I'm fighting it, right? Just like
Yeah, this is kind of a longer you look at it, your eyes dilate. Bada, Sam, you see his eyes dilate, so you almost only see pupil up at the light.
And also spontaneous wings.
Yeah, well, yes.
Yeah, those are there. Those are there fluttering and...
Is it more like a jealousy thing? Like how dare he get that thing that's for me? Or like what the...
It feels as though you're being drawn to it.
Oh, and it doesn't matter who... It's not like I have to beat Arden. It's just like,
No.
I just want to be drawn to it.
I assume it's more like a compulsion of like, I want to go home, or you just want to be there.
Yeah.
It looks so warm and nice.
And then there's this like glassish, like shattered Arden like floating up to it.
But you're saying my wings are kind of like at the ready to do it.
Yeah, they are.
If drop of a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, as Theron walks up, Sam just says, well, don't you look pretty? Are you okay, though?
Should I roll for like being so distracted by this to not even respond to that?
Yeah, concentration check.
Okay.
It was genuine.
It didn't sound genuine.
That's a 15.
It's just a failure.
You pick up the genuine compliment.
I guess Theron a bit distractedly says, like, doesn't really avert her gaze from the red orb, but like kind of rolls her shoulders and are like, thank you.
It's like, you look a little tense. Are you okay?
Yep, I'm fine. We're gonna do something with that thing, and I guess that's all that matters.
And the whole time it's just like, for her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just maybe like give her a few eye drops so she doesn't have to blink.
Or just hold up a paw in front of her eyes, just like her.
It's like when cats freak out at something.
Yeah. Especially because your eyes are apparently now totally black. all the way through.
Yeah, those are expanded. Those pupils are huge right now.
Ooh. And my mouth is open a little bit.
But yeah, so Sam's actually going to be like, all right, do you need, I'm just going to, and then put his paw in front of her eyes. Like, do you need help here? Like, what's going on?
You're going to put your paw in front of her eyes?
Yeah.
Please make another will save.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Now it's a 10.
Your eyes start to flicker about, looking for the red light. The compulsion to see it is there, but the dilation begins to relax.
Okay.
You aren't compelled to the extent that you're going to just rip their arm out of the way. It doesn't feel like a cognitive pressure. It's just a want.
Oh, okay. Then I can avert my gaze from it?
Yes.
Okay. Then if I regain a little bit of my composure, I'm now just watching Arden. Picasso Arden.
Arden, as you hit the halfway point, rising up slowly, the lights in the room are going to begin to focus, and then they're going to extend directly up from the walls into the orb, and the orb will increase in brightness, casting its light all over the room. Everyone, please make a fortitude save.
It's a red light.
It's a red light.
It's hot, apparently.
Ah! Hey! Ooh, my worst save. Okay.
Fortitude is not great.
27.
23.
Sam got a 24.
You said fortitude?
Yep.
18.
Okay. Your eyes are thankfully not so dilated anymore, but you're a bit dazed by the sudden burst of light into the room and its sustained presence. Zaz was just looking straight up at everything, like, interesting. And then, like a flashbang, they are, like, falling to the ground and just like, ah! The rest of you were able to avert the sudden flash as if by almost by reflex, but you don't face a sustained issue with the increased brightness in the room. It still is going to probably get you to squint your eyes and whatnot.
Just generally uncomfortable amounts of light.
Yeah. And when you are approaching, you've got a few moments perhaps before being drawn directly up to the orb. On the way there, anything? Do you want to do anything?
Definitely don't want to look down right now.
Look down here.
Look down here. Don't get scared. Hey, don't get scared, but you're really high up now. I guess if the light is that... What?
Nothing.
Arden does look down.
The fuck are you saying down there?
Sam's saying, why would you be scared if you have the ring of featherfall? I mean, come on, you're not going to fall. It's fine.
Yes, that's exactly why I wasn't worried about being lifted up in the air, is because I can either de-door myself down or just fall off the edge and be fine.
Focus on the orb.
Yeah, I was trying to, but you bitches are interrupting me.
I would love to see.
Are we good? Are we good, kids? Sweetheart?
Is he wearing pants or just like a...
I am wearing pants. I have an outfit. You've seen it. But Arden will just take one arm and fully cover his eyes from the brightness and then extend his other one upwards towards the orb.
When you touch the orb, there's a trembling, a vibration that is sent out through it into your arms and into your body, and you can hear something. Please make a listen check.
Yeah, can it be concentration? I'm actually kind of good at that. 4.
Awesome. Please make a fortitude save.
16.
Awesome. Arden, while you can't quite tell what's being, what you're hearing, everybody else, please make a listen check. Except, I don't know, they're still awake. Oh, they're going to recognize that.
Listen.
Ooh. Do I keep it or do I read it?
Yeah.
Okay. 10.
Oh.
Theron rolled a 9.
I'm sorry. 13.
Oh.
25.
A lot of heard it.
So,
But I was like, what is that thing doing to my boyfriend?
Body, you're well attuned to the sounds of your boyfriend, and this is not one of them. They are like a tuning fork, giving off a sound. And it sounds a bit like that song that you used in the last Spire. Or rather, that Sam used in the last Spire. It's coming in different notes and very distorted volume, but that's definitely that song.
As sung by Sam or as sung by someone else?
Sam had their own rendition of it. It was that controlling song.
Okay.
You hear that Arden's body's making weird sounds
Gas.
over there, Theron.
Huh.
Sam's too distracted to try to see if Stas is okay to hear it.
Nice try. Sam, you organ it with a 13. You'll be able to make out the notes of that song. You know it really well.
I thought it was a failure.
I think you get some leeway because you actually know the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, your involvement with that gives you a bit of a bonus. So, Arden's body is being used like a tuning fork, or perhaps being used isn't the right term, but they're operating and sending that vibration into the air in the form of a distorted music that you're familiar with. That controlling song.
Is anything bad happening, though? Yet.
Not yet.
I'm probably have my brains liquefied by now, but
If it's like a tuning fork, if like he moves his arm out, does it like change the tune?
yeah, I'm actually like a living theremin right now.
That'd be awesome.
It's fortunate you're not the average person.
I'm special.
You're half goo.
Yeah. Yeah. Does that turn you on? Oh. Well, that settles that.
I knew he was after him.
Arden will grit his teeth and clutch harder onto the sphere and choke out a "Please, can we just talk?"
Diplomacy check.
Is that indignant?
Sure. Nope.
That's a 0.
That's a 0.
God is looking at me.
When Arden asks their question, it distorts the music, and the lights coalesce and go out. And the only glow in the room comes from the red orb. And Arden, your foothold is now gone, and you drift down to the floor gradually.
Is it obviously correlated? The music distorting and then going away and then everything shutting off?
You could walk away with that assumption.
I
Yeah.
mean, everything stopped working and things stopped happening. It seems pretty straightforward, right?
And then when you land, Arden,
I don't know, man. I'm just a monkey.
the floor lights up with a fire that runs up the walls into the red orb, and then an image of you in fire descends down to the floor and bursts out, going back up the walls into the orb. And it ceases.
So this is an illusion happening under him.
Yes.
Yeah, if they way I understand
Effectively.
it, Arden falls slowly,
Then they touch down.
and then fire goes up to the thing, and then a fire Arden falls slowly,
Yes.
and then fire, and then goes back up into the thing.
Yes.
Is it continuously going over and over again?
It does this for 2 cycles. And
Oh.
each cycle, Arden looks different.
The fire Arden.
The fire Arden, yes. They become taller and broader.
Don't look at me like that.
Their faces are horribly distorted each time.
But the proportions are correct.
The proportions are changed.
So it's like the mirror effects just now with fire instead of
Yes.
cracked glass. Okay. Sam's going to put a paw on Arden's shoulder and hopefully it doesn't burn off
No, you're
I'm not on fire.
yet.
Concerning.
And just say, like, I have an idea, but I don't know what happens if I'll do it.
What's the idea, Zaz says.
Thank you, plot device.
Everyone was looking at Sam, like, quizzically.
I was waiting for Arden to, like, be like, try it. I don't know.
What are you thinking?
Well, you were harmonizing in the song, the Spire song. So maybe singing it might help restore what was going on. Maybe? I don't know.
Potentially. It's certainly worth trying. It yielded good results before. It took a real toll on you, though.
Fighting Moonsea was the toll more than the song itself.
That's fair.
There was, it felt, I could feel more going on than just singing.
I also feel compelled to touch this thing
Control shape check there, Theron.
to keep my wings.
No.
There, it says that while like staring intently at it still.
Yeah,
That's 11. That's my lowest.
You are going to start to burn. It doesn't hurt you, though.
Like,
Oh.
Theron's on fire?
Yeah, but this is like an alcohol fire where it's very light, doesn't really hurt you that much compared to a full-blown fire, and the urge to go toward the ceiling is even stronger. Please make a will save.
One might say it's a burning urge.
Another 11.
That ceiling keeps getting closer and closer. Your wings begin beating, and you are being drawn to the orb.
Is she actually like visibly on fire?
Yes.
Oh.
Cool, I have no choice. This is like
This
out of
is
my
a-
control now.
Yeah, this is a mental effect.
Okay.
Theron looks very Phoenix-like at this moment.
Theron. Get back down here. Theron.
At the sight of the hummingbird Theron rising, Sam is no longer worried for permission and will just begin singing the song. It's the same exact as what happened last time.
Correct.
22.
And what are you doing with the song? How are you directing it?
It's a hard question to answer.
I wonder if you use that song to force Theron into a particular shape.
Is that in character?
No,
You're just
no.
like,
No,
wonder
just
if we can
casual
make
speculation.
I wonder
Sorry.
if we can make her do whatever we want. I guess the tone and direction of the song will be calming, soothing, light.
All right. As you make that song, Theron, you drift up to the top, and when you touch the orb, make a control shape check.
13.
Your body breaks down into droplets, and you fall like rain onto the ground. And you begin to recorporate there. The fires and the wings are now gone. So you're going to like pull yourself up out of the floor, out of this mucky little pile for like half a minute.
Sam covers his mouth.
Do not give the DM ideas.
But like in a way that lets him keep singing, but without getting, Theron rain in his mouth.
Oh,
And behind Arden, a shape takes form towering over him as the sound of glass grinding into itself greets your ears, only dulled by your song.
Like jarringly.
Beautiful.
And a rather small Spire Golem takes form and glows a shade of red, giving it a clear shape. Greetings, visitors.
What do they do to everybody who stops by? Jesus.
You are not the regular types we get to see here.
No. Are you the guardian?
I am one of the guardians. Here we are plentiful. We've been watching you since you got here.
So then you know that we need to have a very important conversation very quickly.
You had mentioned a spire that was not operating normally?
No, I did not.
Oh, well, one did go offline, far away near the ocean.
Yes, actually I was talking about the Umbra that has betrayed you.
Umbra. Which Umbra?
Moonsea?
Moonsea is operating within their parameters.
Okay, that's not clear, but Arden's eyes rubs his temples. Moonsea directly interfered with the reactivation of this spire to the south. He was actively trying to disrupt the reactivation, the implementation of its custodian, and corrupting the dragon's tier itself. I don't know what its function is, but Moonsea is of a great danger to you.
While we do consider the information,
What? Consider it?
that is quite the accusation.
Yes, and that is why we have gone through great lengths to come here to warn you.
Do you have any other news?
Arden looks over at everybody, kind of aghast.
Sam is still singing, but very quietly because he isn't sure if he wants to stop
Okay.
or if he should stop.
Have you come for wisdom of the ancients?
I'm sorry. Perhaps I missed something here, but you just took that information very casually.
Well, according to what information we possess, they are operating within their parameters.
I'm not wholly certain what that means, but regardless of the purpose of this Umbra, does it not upset you that it exists to destroy you?
I don't have a record of it destroying spires.
Then why was it disrupting the reactivation of another spire?
were we not meant to return the tier to that spire?
There have been a record drop in spires over the last few decades. Perhaps it's the way of things.
Is this what the Guardians out here are like? Because I had a better conversation with Olaine and the Dragon's Tear. I felt at least like I was being listened to.
You just see that he's an Arden's neck, just go like...
Arden, perhaps we misunderstand Moonsey's purpose.
Yes, that's a very good point. What is Moonsey's purpose?
Moonsey is the great intercessor.
Elaborate.
They handle odd problems that exist within the system.
And what problem existed within that broken spire that needed it to never be activated again?
As is present for us, it appears there was a risk to the lives of those that were living around it at its activation. And there's a note here that the site of an activation was also to be frowned upon.
I'm sorry?
Yes, it appears that site has not been seen for some time, and certainly not by a large population. And for some reason, that appears to be a negative impact.
Well, okay, but that doesn't necessarily corroborate like the behavior of other spires. We have leagues of history books that talk about the hostility of a spire, and generally its spire's preservation supersedes that of the safety of the things around it.
That is correct.
Well, then why is the safety of the things around that spire supersede its reactivation and reinstatement?
Unfortunately, I do not have access to that information.
Who does?
I do not have access to that information.
Who directs Moonsea?
As their light flitters about, searching for information, you are left waiting.
This is like the Chryso conversation all over again.
Tapping the feet, just like Jeopardy music starts playing.
Maybe some light elevator jazz.
Darren.
A coffee table appears with some Time magazine.
You did ask for a cup of coffee.
Yes, Darren.
During that conversation, Theron gets up and feels all over her body because she just went from liquid to solid. And after doing that, during their conversation, she goes, "What about the Cradle of Life?"
The lights stop, and then it begins to glow a regular pulse again. The Cradle of Life is all around you.
Theron's eyes twitch.
That definition does not assist you.
Okay, better question. What is the Cradle of Life?
The Cradle of Life is the land you know as the Cross.
The entire region?
Correct. If you were to go beyond it, you would find a dead world.
We were told to go to the Cradle of Life. If we're in it, then why go to it?
Well, okay, you seem to have more access than Chryso and Olaine.
The Guardians here were always instructed to bring about the best of the people of Bismutoom.
I communed with the Dragons here after we installed it in Rogueport, the city to the south, and a small ferret in a white robe specifically instructed me to seek the Cradle of Life to stop the deactivation of the spires. And I was told that the Guardians up here would be able to direct me as to where to go to prevent this calamity from happening.
In terms of life would ordinarily refer to an organic creature. Do you view life in a different manner?
If Coeurasa hits this planet, hits the dragon, then everything here dies.
Yes, mostly.
Could you just answer me directly, please? Time is precious.
Does not compute.
Were the world to be crushed by a astral body, it flickers around, each break in its speech being a change in the lights, then there is a measure to ensure that life continues in perpetuity.
And would this be your Cradle of Life, presumably?
It could be. If all other life is dead, that it becomes the singular cradle.
Okay, then tell me what this thing is.
Well, currently it would be all of you, until the cycle repeats.
Wouldn't we be invested in preserving this Cradle of Life for as long as...
Of course.
Well, okay, so two of us have already died before.
It's why you've been able to interact with the Spire in the way that you have. You've been most interesting.
Yes, but, like, how does the five of us preserve life in the event of a calamity?
The people you know in and outside of this spire are a part of that group. That group being people born of the cradle.
Okay. Yes.
Sam's gonna like walk up next to Arden and just be like, where is the most important place in the cradle?
The locus, my dear administrator.
Administrator.
Sam looks administrator?
Well, you know the Song of Command.
Command.
Change that name in your book, sir.
And
The natural presumption would be that you've been given that in order to correct issues that might arise.
that's one way of putting it.
Yes, Sam.
It has served us well.
It's like, yes, I got it from. I had to think of a convincing lie.
Why do you have to lie?
I would be figuring out what this thing does.
May we understand the purpose of the dragon's tooth as well?
Oh, we already know it.
From outside.
A wonderful question, my dear bear. The construct raises its jagged arm upward, and long streams of light glide up the walls into the red sphere above. And they are consistent. It isn't just little spurts now, it's steady streams. As you can see, as so.
Yeah, that's frustrating, ain't it?
What is the red center?
The red center,
The red light.
in this scenario, we are experiencing a blood moon.
Okay. And
What scenario is this?
During a blood moon.
you're not answering the question at all.
Perhaps I have much knowledge I assume you already possess.
Arden has to find himself. No.
It
I know
appears-
exactly where I am.
By your makeup, I would assume you came from either very far south of here or across the sea.
Both are accurate statements.
That explains your lack of knowledge.
Yes, and why I keep asking you to give me a straight answer, and you keep refusing to do so.
Please restate your question more thoroughly.
All right.
Arden gets his ice pick.
Okay, so what function does this locus have?
It's the backup nerve center of the entire project.
What project?
Perpetual life.
Of?
Of, as you would understand it, all those who live within the cross.
Okay, so then so this locus place, which we presume is the Cradle of Life, is where the nerve center.
Think of it as the brain to a body.
Okay.
All Spire communications will end up there eventually. Unless they're cut off, of course.
So that is the headquarters for,
One could say this, yes.
and that's where we would go to stop these people that are trying to disrupt the spires and bring Coeurasa down from the heavens.
That does not fit the parameters they operate within.
Has me fooled.
Any questions over there or anything?
I'm just waiting for... Can continue.
Sam picks it up. You said the backup nerve center.
Well, yes, if everything else fails and the world faces a calamity, there needs to be somewhere safe that life can emerge from.
Is there an original nerve center?
Yes.
Where?
They lift their
Oh, not again.
their jagged arm once again and point toward the red sphere in the sky ceiling.
And that's a blood moon.
Correct.
Okay, so you mean to tell me that Coeurasa is currently stopping Coeurasa from hitting the cross?
Yes.
What?
That doesn't make a lot of sense to us.
That is deeply unfortunate.
Okay,
Perhaps now would be a good time to let you know that I am primarily suited to life advice.
oh, the ship's counselor. Good job. Okay, cool. Thanks, Troy.
Many of the guardians within Bismutum are, like me, suited to this sort of assistance.
Okay. Then I'll propose you with a question. Some very,
Please.
very important life advice. If there was an entity within your people organization that was seeking to actively disrupt what you're doing and destroy the spires and cause Coeurasa to crash down for, well, let's assume reasons of malice, what advice could you give to us to prevent that and preserve life?
That is a complicated question.
I think it's pretty straightforward, actually.
Often it's wise to keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer.
Oh my god, fortune cookies?
And in this line of thinking, you would be best to understand the goals of the people you're trying to counteract and why they operate as they do. So you can identify their processes and disrupt them.
So Sam's going to ask, so then what is Moonsea's purpose?
Moonsea, their light starts to change to a blue. Moonsea's purpose is to correct anomalies within the system.
Yes, we had that answered before.
And they act upon the will of the locus.
That part's new.
Okay. So we do need to find this locus. Actually, since I guess that's technically on the map, is that a geography roll? Or is that not a known location?
That is not a known location.
Okay.
Do you have a list of anomalies that Moonsea is after right now?
They raise their jagged arm.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm going to destroy this whole spire!
Now you know how the ancient order ages felt.
That's why they destroyed everything. I understand now.
They raise their jagged arm upward, and lights begin forming maps
Oh,
in the air.
thank God.
We can do something useful when that happens. Okay.
There appears to be glittering dots around the spire to the northeast, and a gigantic X over the spire to the southwest. The spire in Roqueport has a large circle around it with notes. The notes largely state that this will be a problem we will come back to.
They're in common.
They are in common.
Oh, okay.
And there is a massive amount of activity throughout Atlas, particularly around the Mages College.
It's just like a bright ass, glittering, like squirmy map.
And is this Umbra activity we're looking at?
Correct. These are all of the projects Mr. Moonsea is currently in charge of.
Oh.
A lot of projects.
Okay. Cool.
Well,
If we add on another administrator, they raise their other arm, and there is a sort of fire around the southwest spire, and it has Munis written over the top.
What is happening in the burning spire? The one with Munis.
Ah, that information is off limits.
Okay.
can an administrator access it?
Possibly.
Sam?
Sam.
What is Munis doing in that spire?
Ah. They are initiating a Ashes to Starlight project.
Elaborate.
They are recovering information from the Broken Spire to cast and it's flickering and processing, Citizens of the Cross to the stars.
I'm sorry, to put us into the heavens?
To bring the heavens to you.
To have Coeurasa destroy the cross.
And initiate the reincarnation process.
Okay, what's the reincarnation process?
In the case that life is wiped out, life will be reborn from the locus and begin again. Society will rebuild itself from its most primitive state and march forward.
And I assume that your species, your people, your organization, what are you?
I am made of crystal.
Oh my fucking god!
We will endure.
Sam furrows his brow, really trying to think because he's actually not that smart. The network you're on,
Correct.
what is that called?
Communication.
The whole thing is just known as communication.
Ah, a network name.
Yeah. Sure.
It changes from spire to spire.
Is there one for all the spires?
We all communicate with the locus.
Oh, okay, so if it's a communication network, it's how you talk to each other.
Correct.
How?
There is much you don't know.
As I keep getting told.
Think of it as speaking into the wind and the wind carrying your message to whomever you desire it to find.
Yes, that's the sending spell. It's a very rudimentary spell.
Now imagine that it moves on light.
Okay. So you're shooting light at... Well, if there's light going to this place, wouldn't there be a beam of light at this locus?
Of course, there is one right now. It's cast onto Coeurasa, diligent in its duties. It does not exist within your visual bandwidth.
Arden, what is he talking about? You know things.
Well, there's spells that would allow us to see things that we would normally be able to see, like the ability to detect magic or evil, etc., etc. I assume that this is some sort of non-corporeal light that can be seen through supernatural means.
It's the map that you drew, like, still on.
Oh, it's still up. They have not taken it down.
Where is the locus located?
That specific information is off limits to administrators as well.
What's up?
You're the artist. Perhaps we should take down the map.
Question for God. Is the map even accurate to the current state of the world?
Yes,
Okay.
painstakingly so.
Okay. Because I was gonna be like, okay, is this like 1,000 years out of date and nothing lines up where it's supposed to be?
It's
or
probably
what?
the most up-to-date map there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big sigh. Okay. What is the activity to the spire to the northeast of us?
That information is sealed behind access granted by Moonsea.
Can an administrator override that?
Moonsea is a higher form of administrator. You must ask permission.
Well, let's ask Moonsea right
Why
now. Can
not?
you bring him here?
Just ask him for permission.
Well, hold on, actually. We could ask this rock to talk to Moonsea for us. I know that's really dangerous and stupid.
I was gonna say like
Computer, open up a channel to Moonsea.
it's like open comms immediately.
I would like to speak to Dr. Evil.
They are very busy, however.
Oh my god.
If you do have business with them, we highly recommend you make it a short message.
Arden's good at those.
Just be like, hey, what's up?
No,
Yeah.
all the explosive runes on that thing you left from Eunice. Yeah.
Do you have any further questions of this
Many.
technical variety?
Many.
Yes, actually, just one last important one. Where is Moonsea currently located? Physically.
Moonsea is currently located in Atlas.
Sorry,
Yeah?
soaking all of this up. Theron speaks up and says, if I get this right, Moonsea sounds like he's doing two things at once. He's correcting things that the locus, I guess, doesn't like,
Correct.
and at the same time enacting Project Reincarnation. He's doing both. They're doing both.
The project is being forwarded by Munis.
What is Munis's association with you?
Munis is an administrator.
Who granted him that privilege?
That privilege was granted by the locus.
We'll talk about it later.
Oh, no, but that means the Order knows where the locus is.
Oh.
Or at least Eunice does.
True. He is a delightful, zombified bundle of lies and secrets. But that is at least a lead that we could use. Go ahead.
You are a strange bunch.
Sam's gonna pull out an ink pen and a parchment and attempt to recreate this map.
All right. We'll come back to that later.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like an in-character conversation, but I could try it. I'm trying to understand. It sounds like the locus is almost like a neutral party in this.
Based on history, I would not state that the locus is a neutral party. They do, however, operate on a grand scope.
Why has the locus decided to activate the project?
Well, the project will always be in effect. until the world is made well again.
Why would the locusts have anything to do or support Project Reincarnation?
Starlight.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
That's actually way better.
That's what he called it the first time.
Okay. If Locus is the nerve center for all of these dragon spires, why would it have anything to do with Project Starlight, which would end life on this planet?
That would initiate the process by which life would be restored. Of course, it would be a clean slate, but while history may never repeat, it does rhyme.
Is there any project that is in direct opposition to Starlight?
There appears to be nothing on scale within the cross that could directly interfere.
Except for us.
Well, can a project be created by an administrator?
Indeed.
The Curse of Coeurasa is a production of Reno Area Anthropomorphic Arts and Recreation for BLFC 2023. This episode was edited by Dejarm's Pony and was mixed and mastered by AJ the Ratty. Hugh McQuinn is our game master and the voice of Zos and the NPCs. Arden Renshaw is played by Hawkfeather. Theron Perch is played by Dejarm's Pony. Bada Amica is played by Dabbles. Samuel Horstrom is played by Damek Kritu. Original music by Fox and More. You can find more music from Fox and More at foxandmore.bandcamp.com and on Spotify. For more information about BLFC, the theme, and the lore behind your favorite characters and settings, visit goblfc.org.